Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing day. Honored to be connecting in with you. We have been doing a special series in honor of our forthcoming book, the first book in the Experts and Influencer series called the Leadership Edition, because it's first. So I thought that was a perfect name, and to focus on leadership, because as leaders, we're frequently stepping forward first, leading a program, leading a club, leading a company. We're stepping forward in a leadership position, leading the direction things are going. And so today we're going to be talking with three of our amazing co-authors. There are actually 19 authors in this book. So I'm very honored to have three of them joining us today, and they're going to be sharing a little bit about leadership from their heart and why they're excited about being this part of this project and what you can look forward to in this powerful book, as well as a powerful tip that you can take with you as you go back out into the world. So we have an amazing show lined up. So excited to be connecting in with these dynamic leaders as they lean in to share from their heart to yours and pour into you around the conversation of leadership. And one of the things I have found really interesting is that many of us are doing leadership activities. We are leading causes, we are leading families, we are leading things forward, programs forward, but we don't always identify ourselves as a leader. And so today I want to open our ears, open our mind to embracing being a leader, because it's even a leadership action to lead and be all of who you are and share that with the world. Are we leading? Are we doing that? Are we purposely saying yes to the things that matter most to us, no to the things that don't or that are getting in the way? Are we leading and choosing and doing more of the things, saying yes to more of those things that are helping us move forward in the areas that matter most? And that's kind of a leadership way of being in your life. So all of us are leaders in one form or another. And what a gift to have so many powerful leaders coming together to pour into us so that we can step forward more powerfully. We can learn from lots of different types of leaders so that we can fully embrace our walk as the leader we are called to be. The powerful book, the Leadership Edition of the Experts and Influencer series, is going to be released on June 19th. I'm going to share that date throughout the show because I want to make sure you put it on your calendar, because the day of the launch, we're releasing it for a super special rate of $1. So $1 starting on June 19th, which is a Wednesday, and it'll be that special rate for the first 24 to 48 hours. So I don't want anyone to miss it. I want everyone to be able to lean in and add this resource to your library. I think all of us can learn from powerful leaders so that we can walk and be all that we are called to be on purpose and with great purpose. I'm so honored to have each of you joining us today. And in order to get the most out of our time together today, I want to invite you to be fully present. It's so easy to be present in body, and our mind will be elsewhere. So let's really purposely bring ourselves present. The reason I'm encouraging you to do this is I know there is something here for you today in our conversation. There is something here for you by the very nature that you tuned in. And I want you to receive everything that is here for you. Those of you who are driving, please stay safe, both hands on the wheel, eyes open, fully alert, but you're inwardly tuning in. Those of you who are not driving and are able to, I'm going to encourage you to put both feet on the floor. Sit back in your chair, feel it supporting you. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head, bringing you all in mind, body, soul, and spirit. Close your eyes. You're absolutely safe. And let's take a deep breath in through your nose. See how big you can make your belly? A little bit more. And then out through your mouth, like through a straw. And take another deep, beautiful breath. Keep breathing. Eyes closed. You're absolutely safe. And in this space, as we're stopping for a moment, pausing and breathing, what we're doing is we're becoming very present, purposely. We're bringing oxygen to every cell in our body, which helps lower our stress levels, our cortisol levels. Oxygen to every cell in our body helps us have clarity and be more open to receive all that is here for you. Keep breathing in this space of beautiful oxygen breath and stopping for a moment to listen. In the busyness of life, we're stopping for a moment to connect in together and listen. What is it that you need today, particularly around leadership? What is it that will encourage you, uplift you, support you? What is it that you need today, real time, particularly in the area of leadership, that you are willing to receive because you have choice? So what is it that you need and are willing to receive? Just see what that is. Feel into that information. Wonderful. Receive. Come back into the room, fully present, eyes open. Another beautiful breath. And take a moment and write down what was laid on your heart. What it is that you need and are willing to receive. It's so easy to get distracted, to miss the answer to your need, because we get distracted and we move so quickly, we forget to be open to receiving. We forget to be actively on the lookout for exactly what it is that we need. And here's the extra credit bonus opportunity in this. Be open to the way that need is met. The how. Release any expectation of how that answer will come. In fact, look forward to being surprised in the wonderful and unexpected way this need is met, and be willing to receive that. So open to the wonderful and exciting way this need will be met. Beautiful. And what we're going to do is we're going to go around our virtual room here and connect in with each of our amazing authors. And as we do so, I'm going to have each of them share just a short share, about 15 seconds, when they stop for a moment and listened what was laid on their heart. And as you're listening, see if that adds another dimension or additional information to what was laid on your heart. Beautiful. And with that, Michelle, I'd love to start with you. What was laid on your heart when we took a moment to stop, pause, and listen?
I actually felt and saw light, like a source of illumination, perhaps, to be that differentiator to help you when you're at a decision-making point where you need to know which direction to go. It's it's going to be well illuminated through light.
Beautiful. I love that. Light and illumination, and trusting that. Beautiful. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Anita, how about you? What was laid on your heart?
Wow. The first thought that came to me and the insight was the feeling of courage. And when you added the context around leadership, I believe what called to me was courage, and I think as women leaders, that's something sometimes we may struggle with. So
beautiful. I like that. So allowing that courage to come in to help us step forward as leaders. Beautiful.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you. Kimberly, how about you? What was laid on your heart?
Allowance to just be, allowance for imperfections and mistakes and allowance and openness to learning from those mistakes and choices we've made.
Oh, beautiful. And that just feels so nice and lovely to feel into, warm. So the allowance to be and grace and openness to accepting and learning and moving forward from. Just beautiful. Sometimes you're right. Not that you said this, but we can be hard on ourselves or unforgiving to ourselves, and how beautiful that feels to allow and grow and be perfect in our imperfections. That it's all good. Beautiful. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. And listeners, how about you? As we get ready to go to our first commercial break, what is being poured into your heart and spirit? And as our leaders have shared today, is there something else that's being added to your heart and mind and spirit? Next, what we're going to do is go to this commercial break, and as these commercials are playing in the background, please give yourself the opportunity to be really present. Those commercials are updating you with important information, things you want to be aware of, but it's also an opportunity for you to stop, pause, and be present for 2 minutes, and giving yourself the opportunity to stop and listen to what is being spoken into your heart and to your spirit, particularly around the area of leadership. And when we come back, we're going to continue our conversation and take it deeper. We'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
Think you've seen everything there is to see in online television? Let us surprise you. Visit voiceamerica.tv today for sports, health, business, and more on demand 24/7.
Rebecca Hall-Griter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Sustainable success is just around the corner. If you are an entrepreneur, business leader, or anybody looking for their next level of success, tune into Sustainable Success with host Chris Salem. Did you know that the path to success is a long path that started many years ago? The path you started on then determines what is happening now. Chris and his amazing guests in their field will help you navigate the path to sustainable success every Thursday at 12 noon Eastern Time and 9 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Influencers Channel.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Tune in to the Voice America Variety channel on the Voice America Talk Radio Network. Voice America Variety broadcasts a diverse array of topics, reaching a global community. Our experts come from all walks of life, and the topics they discuss are everything from current events, arts and entertainment, leadership, parenting, relationships, self-improvement, career advice, and a variety of other topics. Check us out today. You're sure to find something of interest. Voice America Variety. Talk on today's hot topics.
Change starts here. Change starts now. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall-Griter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes, that you really gave yourself that opportunity to stop, pause, breathe, and receive what is being spoken into your heart and into your spirit. We're so glad to have you joining us today. We've been talking with our amazing authors from our leadership book, the Experts and Influencers series, the Leadership Edition, the first book in this powerful series. And we have 19 leaders that have come together to pour into the readers of this book in powerful ways to help them, each reader, embrace their own style of leadership and step forward in it powerfully. Oh, today, as we were talking with some of our amazing authors, I just want to remind you of a couple things. The date of the release, and I want everyone to memorize this, it's going to be June 19th. So please mark that on your calendar, especially as what they're sharing resonates with you, and you would like to be able to connect in deeper and read their beautiful chapters. June 19th, we will launch the book on Amazon for the special rate of $1 for the first 24 to 48 hours. So please mark that date on your calendar. We'll be sending out social media notices, etc. And we'd love to have you lean in. I thought it would be great to start our conversation with our leaders today by asking them why. Why did this particular book and subject call to them? Why did they lean in and say yes? So as I go around the room and introduce each of them, they're going to be sharing why they leaned in, why this book mattered to them, and they were called to be part of it. And we get to kind of pull back the curtains and learn this about them. So our first expert that I'm going to be introducing to you is Kimberly Scher. She is a teen breakthrough expert. She's been supporting teens and their parents for over 15 years. Founder of the Academy for Independence, #1 international best-selling author. She has an MA, and she specializes in leadership, education, and personal development. And she's been quoted on ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox. She is passionate about raising the next generation of leaders. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Kimberly Scher to the show. Welcome! Yay!
Woohoo! Thank you.
You're welcome. Excited and happy to have you joining us today. And I'd love for you to share why this book called to you, because I know each of us as leaders, we're particular about the things that we say yes to and make sure that we're called to be part of them. I'd love to hear how this called you.
It called to me because I am passionate about teens. I'm passionate about them sharing their gifts and their voice with the world and to be leaders of their own lives and an inspiration for others to be their best selves.
Beautiful. And I can feel that power and that conviction of really wanting to make a difference. And you have been making such a powerful difference in this area. And I love your focus on supporting and helping teens in such powerful ways. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then we have our fabulous and passionate Anita Torres. She is a certified executive leadership coach and consultant, 20 years experience, and has an MA in my goodness, in instructional, systems, and specializes in facilitating performance and improving how teams, individuals, and organizations are showing up and taking their leadership and how they are being in their life to that next level. She is passionate about inspiring leaders to thrive in life and in business. Please lean in and warmly welcome the passionate and powerful Anita Torres to the show. Welcome!
Yay! Hi, everybody.
Yay.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. I'm so thrilled and grateful to be a part of this book with all of your wonderful authors. You know, what called to me to participate really was the opportunity to reflect on the models of leadership even in my own life and to share specific and very powerful actions that I've observed in my life and through my work with clients. And my hope is because I'm so passionate about leadership, is to engage and empower the leaders of today to really lead from their heart, not just their head. Leadership is not about the title. It's really a lot about the ability to empower others. And a fundamental belief that I know my mom was very instrumental in is that actions speak louder than words. And when leaders' words don't align with actions, there's a lot of team trust that's diminished, engagement, and productivity. So it's imperative that leaders take actions that inspire and engage teams today.
Beautiful.
So thank you for this opportunity.
Absolutely. Thank you for leaning in. We're honored to have you as one of our amazing authors in this book and to have you joining us today. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And then we have our dynamic and powerful Michelle Calloway. She is the founder and CEO of Revelio Incorporated, which is an innovative software solutions company. She's been featured in the INC magazine. She combines her expertise in visual communication with the emerging world of augmented reality. She is passionate about having technology help enhance human relationships and connections. Please lean in and warmly welcome the powerful Michelle Calloway to the show. Welcome!
Yay! I am so happy to be here, Rebecca, with you and all these amazing leaders. Thank you so much.
Absolutely thrilled to have you here. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am thrilled. Absolutely thrilled. I just can't even imagine. I mean, like a couple years ago, would never have dreamt this. And so that's one of the reasons why I wanted to take part in this book, is because I think I can relate with a lot of people out there who feel that urging, that nudging, that they're sensing they should be doing more, perhaps step into a leadership role, but they just don't know where to even begin. It's very overwhelming at times. And I want to be a source of encouragement, inspiration, empowerment. It's very good to put yourself around people who are doing it, to learn from it, and I can speak that truth because that was my reality. And it's been 4 years now since I stepped into the role as a tech founder with no tech founding background. So it is very possible as long as you are going through the right steps and being surrounded by the right people.
Beautiful. And I love that. Thank you so much for sharing and your commitment to stepping forward. And what I'm hearing as I'm listening to all of our amazing leaders today is this reminder, it's just kind of echoing within me that it's not a solo journey. And what a gift to have people, women in leadership coming alongside us today to pour into us. This is a time of collaboration. This is a time that we can rise up and come together. We don't need to be these silos trying to figure everything out on our own and stumbling along. We can actually pour into each other, connect, cheer each other on, and share wisdom and insight so each person can go faster, go further, and reach more people in the way they're called to reach and to touch those lives. And it's so beautiful to hear that echoed in everything that is being shared today. And listeners, I hope you're hearing that echo as they're sharing why they leaned into this, why they said yes, and some of what they're hoping will be heard and understood and what they're adding to the conversation around leadership. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go around the room and have each of them share the title of their chapter. So there's some anticipation and excitement. Then we'll talk a little bit of about what you can look forward to in those chapters when we come back from our next break. But let's get a feel for the chapter titles. I'll lead off. I wrote a chapter in this book as well. I don't always do that in all the books that I'm honored to lead and compile. But this one around leadership, I was so led to be a part of it and to add to that conversation as well. So my chapter title is Be Willing to Be Seen, Heard, and Shine. And I suspect for many of our listeners that are following us, that title doesn't surprise you because we have a choice about being willing to be seen, heard, and shine. Let's go around the room and hear the chapter titles of each of our amazing co-authors. Kimberly, we're going to start with you. What's your chapter title?
Leadership begins with you.
Beautiful. I like that.
I love that. Thank you.
Wonderful. Anita, how about yours?
The title of my chapter is The 6 Heart-Centered Actions of a Passion-Powered Leader.
I love that. This is why I was calling you passionate. You bring that into all that you do. I love it. Say it one more time.
Thanks.
Would you mind saying it? Yeah, one more time.
The 6 heart-centered actions of a passion-powered leader.
Beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate it. And then, Michelle, how about you? What's the title of your chapter?
Leveling Up, a business leader's journey to success.
Ah, beautiful. Leveling up. Wonderful. Well, we are getting ready to go to our next commercial break. And as we do that, listeners, I want you to be thinking about these chapter titles. What are they speaking to you? Some of why the leaders that we're talking today have leaned into the conversation around leadership, what's been calling in their heart and their spirit around this, and what is being spoken into yours. As we go to this next commercial break, use these 2 minutes to stop, pause, listen, breathe. Don't forget to breathe. The oxygen is so valuable. And allow yourself to actually integrate what is being spoken into your heart and spirit. The magic of that is instead of it going on your to-do list, someday I'm going to think about that. Hopefully I can work it into my busy schedule, or hopefully I can get to that. By giving yourself these 2 minutes to stop, pause, breathe, and integrate, you're actually letting it become part of you on a cellular level. So as we go through our time together, you're getting to actually integrate those things that are here for you, that will serve you and support you, so they become part of you and you get to bring them out into the world. So enjoy these 2 minutes, and we'll look forward to talking to you in just a few moments.
Follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN. Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
There's a new force to be reckoned with in talk radio. It's Not Just Talk Radio, hosted by LaTanya Jr. and co-hosts Tina Wynn and Tony Brown. Not Just Talk Radio is like a superhero, inspiring, problem-solving, and informing, packed with action-provoking conversations from news, movements, and social and politics issues. This program is about a wide range of voices and fresh points of view from experts, celebrities, and you, the listener. Not Just Talk Radio is broadcast live Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Influencers Channel.
Rebecca Hall Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Become a member of VoiceAmerica.com. It's easy, and best of all, it's free. Start out by going to our homepage or any of our channels and click Register at the top. Once you've created an account and signed in, you can create your own custom library, opt into our newsletter, search by show, host, guest, or topic of interest, or browse millions of hours of content across all of our Voice America radio channels. Membership gets you more. Visit VoiceAmerica.com today to get started and tailor the listening experience to your taste.
We don't follow, we lead. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, We'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes that you had the opportunity to stop, pause, breathe, and integrate. Receiving on a cellular level those things that are being placed on your heart and in your spirit. And just before we went to break, we got to hear the titles of the chapters that our amazing authors have contributed to this powerful book of over 18. So over 18, the actual number is 19 authors that have come together to share in this powerful book in the Expert and Influencer series. This is the Leadership Edition, and we are talking with powerful leaders. Now, I thought it would be wonderful if each of our experts could give us a little sneak peek of what's in the chapter, something we could look forward to learning. And I love to hear their energy and what they're bringing forward in their words, because that gets me excited about each of the chapters. I could feel some of that excitement building when I heard them share the chapter titles. You could actually hear them getting excited about each other's chapters, which is really great. So here's something: whenever we're bringing forward an anthology, which is multiple authors coming together to each contribute to the book, to contribute a chapter, they don't always know each other before the book project starts. Frequently, they don't. They don't always know what each other's writing about. And so these shows, they're actually getting to discover that about each other, just as you, the listeners, are getting to discover that. And so behind the scenes, I hear them excited and sharing and looking forward even more to this powerful book, not only what they're bringing forward, but what each other's bringing forward and contributing. So I hope you hear that excitement. I hope you are looking forward to learning a little bit more about each of these powerful chapters that they are leaning into and bringing and sharing with all of us, starting on, hopefully everyone has the date down, June 19th is when the book launches, for that special rate of $1 for the first 24 to 48 hours. So to start off our conversation, I'd love to have you, Anita, if you could share your title again and something we can look forward to in your beautiful, beautiful chapter.
Excellent. Thank you. The chapter title is The 6 Heart-Centered Actions of a Passion-Powered Leader. And what readers can look forward to in my chapter is learning about these actions of a passion-powered leader. And I shared earlier that what inspired me to contribute to this book is really the opportunity to reflect on my own life as a leader, and also reflecting on the leaders that I had in my life. And so in this chapter, each letter of the acronym LEADER stands for a technique that, when applied, results in a passion-driven workplace and lifestyle. And I also share examples from my own life leaders and clients that I've coached that will give our readers some ideas that maybe they might be able to try with their teams and even with their families, too. I mean, I'm an advocate for including life in any opportunity to enhance and improve and really coach around leadership skills. In fact, the chapter, the acronym, I would really recommend that our readers just take the actions, the leader actions, and really post them in visible locations in the car, in the home office, or workplace. And that really serves as a reminder of the commitment to serve as a passion-powered leader.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing a little bit of what we can look forward to in your chapter, and that beautiful tip that we can put into play and bring forward in our life starting now, really putting those notes around in visible places so it becomes part of our environment, part of what we are creating and bringing forward, taking those steps and having those reminders around us. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Absolutely. And then, Michelle, I'd love for you to share your chapter title again and something we can look forward to experiencing or learning in your chapter.
Sure, Rebecca. My chapter is called Leveling Up, A Business Leader's Journey to Success. And it really has a lot to do with the steps that are needed to, in order to help you get to that point where you are an effective leader and a source of inspiration and influence. And I'm speaking all from my own personal journey and all that I've learned over the last 4 years, and how other leaders that are actually crushing it out there have also done to get there. So I talk about how important it is to step out of your comfort zone, because when you're in that comfort zone, you're not growing. So for all the zones that I talk about, the different zones, so that you can get to be in the zone, that sweet spot, where things are just clicking and happening for you, for your business, for your personal life, everything just is on point. First, you must go through the prep zone, and then you'll go into the construction zone. So you first plan, and then you build, and then there's the loading zone. The loading zone will be where you take on a lot of mentoring, to get mentors and get people who've been there before and help you navigate. And then there's that friend zone, the all-important, make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people who are lifting you up and cheering you on, because the entrepreneurial journey is it's a wild ride. And then there's the impact zone. Once you've done that proper prep work and instruction and loading, you are now in a place where you're having more impact and influence. And what does that look like, and how do you be responsible with that? And then there's the end zone. Once you've done everything so well and you're in that spot where you are influential and you are leading, that's where the big wins happen. And what does it, again, take to keep yourself there at that point of success? So that's my chapter, Leveling Up.
Beautiful. Thank you. And I like how you emphasized in our last segment, the correct order, that there's an order to the different levels and the zones. And it's important to go through each of the zones, each of the steps in the journey. And I love that you're willing to pull back the curtain and kind of share that wisdom and pour it into all of us. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
So listeners, I hope you're taking notes as we're talking, and you're getting these great insights and tips and a little bit of a preview of what to look forward to in this powerful book. Now, as the compiler, the leader of this project, I actually get to read each of the chapters as they're being created, as they're being brought forth. And I can tell you, this is such a powerful book. I'm so honored to be leading it, to bringing it forward in the world. And what every author has consistently done is shared insights and tips. They've been authentic, transparent, and they give you steps, things that you can do and apply in your life, so that you are learning and applying it, and you have clear steps you can take to move forward in the amazing and powerful leader that you are. And I just think that's really special that each of them has leaned into that and been willing to share in that way. And then, Kimberly, I'd love for you to share the title of your chapter and some of the things we can look forward to learning in your beautiful chapter.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I believe that leadership is really an inner game, and it's somewhat similar to a self-love journey. And I'm so passionate about teens, and, the whole idea of them really kind of exploring and discovering more of who they are. And with that, really having, again, the allowance for the imperfections, and not taking failures as personal defeats, and looking and changing their mindset and looking at it as more of it's just this didn't work out, so look for a different strategy or a different solution, and really kind of just having some mindset shifts so that they are leading their own lives according to their passions and leveraging their strengths. And by doing that, I loved what Anita said about role modeling. In a way, they're role modeling leadership and confidence, and in so doing, they're inspiring others to step into their best selves.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And I love this, not letting those mistakes or missteps stop us from teens up, that we can all embrace that and grace with ourselves. And it helps us with our confidence and all of that, being able to navigate through and not letting that quote unquote mistake or failure be something that stops us, but it's like, oh, okay, that didn't work, so let's try this. And we keep moving forward those things that matter most to us. So thank you so much for leaning in, being part of this book, and sharing a little bit about your chapter and your beautiful wisdom and reminders to all of us from teens up so that we can all step forward as leaders and bring forward those things that matter most to us. Beautiful. And then my chapter, Be Willing to Be Seen, Heard, and Shine, I really talk candidly about visibility and what that means and how can we be mindful. Because I think sometimes we're wanting to see change. We're wanting things to be different. We really care passionately about things. We want to make a positive impact for our passing there. But we somehow want it to happen by osmosis. We don't have to be super visible to make that happen. What I've discovered is if they cannot see you and they cannot hear you, you can't help them. So it's really important to be willing to be seen and to shine, but I also talk candidly about it and things to be aware of and mindful as you are leaning into being seen on higher and higher levels, so that you can continue to do it in a way that brings forward those things that matter most to you, and you're able to do it in a way that shines out positively and powerfully. So that's a little bit of what you can look forward to in my chapter. And then I wanted to also give a little sneak preview here. This is actually our authors on the call today. This is the first time I'm sharing this. So I have shared behind the scenes that we've broken the chapters into 3 sections because I wanted to feel into how the book was organized and design it in a way, lay it out in a way that would help the reader be able to process and receive all of the powerful information. And so here are the 3 sections and kind of the journey that the reader gets to go on. The first section talks about leadership and you. Section 2 is your leadership toolbox. And then section 3 is your leadership in action. So we go from exploring leadership in ourselves to our toolbox to moving and taking action, bringing it forward. So that's a little preview of some of the things that you can look forward to in this beautiful book. We are getting ready to go to our next commercial break, and I'm going to encourage everyone to take a moment to stop, pause, breathe, and integrate as these next 2 minutes, the commercials play in the background, really taking a moment to receive what is being poured into your heart and spirit. And we'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
Follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN. Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
There's a new force to be reckoned with in talk radio. It's not just talk radio. Hosted by LaTanya Jr. and co-host Tina Wynn and Tony Brown. Not Just Talk Radio is like a superhero, inspiring, problem-solving, and informing. Packed with action-provoking conversations from news, movements, and social and politics issues. This program is about a wide range of voices and fresh points of view from experts, celebrities, and you, the listener. Not Just Talk Radio is broadcast live Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Influencers Channel.
Rebecca Hall Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Become a member of VoiceAmerica.com. It's easy, and best of all, it's free. Start out by going to our homepage or any of our channels and click register at the top. Once you've created an account and signed in, you can create your own custom library, opt into our newsletter, search by show, host, guest, or topic of interest, or browse millions of hours of content across all of our Voice America radio channels. Membership gets you more. Visit VoiceAmerica.com today to get started and tailor the listening experience to your taste.
We don't follow, we lead. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes, that you gave yourself an opportunity to stop, pause, breathe, and integrate. I always like to take a breath as we connect back in. Wonderful. Well, it's just been an honor and a privilege to spend some time with all of you today talking about leadership. And it's so important that we have leaders that will pull back the curtain and pour into us and support each of us on our journey as we're stepping forward. We're all uniquely, beautifully, powerfully, and wonderfully made, and I believe on purpose for such a time as this. And what a gift our leaders have shared with us today, pouring into us to empower each of us on our respective journeys. And I asked them if they would be willing to take a moment today and give us a piece of advice or tip as an expert and influencer in the area of leadership. What is something laid on their heart that they can share with us today that we can breathe in, receive, and bring forward in our lives? So with that, we're going to go around the room here and see what piece of advice or tip or reminder was placed on the heart of each respective leader joining us today. So Michelle, I'd love for you to start. What would you like to share with us?
For those of you who are feeling that nudge or that calling, that urging to step into something beyond yourself, to be that leader, that influencer, or to just do something that's influential and is going to make a difference, I want to encourage you to have faith in your purpose and that you don't have to have it all figured out. That's why there are mentors out there. You don't have to do it alone. You just need to have faith in your purpose and not let fear or doubt keep you from fulfilling your purpose. There's nothing more gratifying than knowing you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing with your life while you're here and helping others along the way. That's my
beautiful. Thank you. Let's take a moment and just receive that. Really having faith in your purpose. You don't have to have it all figured out. And don't let fear or doubt take that from you. Be willing to lean in and bring those people alongside to support you. Beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate it. Kimberly, how about you?
Sorry, I was on mute.
I thought it was a dramatic pause. All good.
So I think what stands out for me in this moment is to make a choice or demand on yourself to be more bold. And whatever that looks like, taking even a tiny step outside of your comfort zone or outside of the way you normally do things. Because I think being bold and having the courage to step out of your comfort zone is really where we're going to grow the most. And I think with doing that, we also need to practice self-kindness so that if, when we take that action step, it doesn't yield the result we're looking for, that we don't end up beating ourselves up, because then that will just kind of return back to the basement instead of shining, right? So just learning from that choice and making a different choice next time, but to at least be bold to make a tiny step out of your comfort zone. I think that's one of my tips, but with kindness, with self-kindness, self-compassion.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing and being willing to be more bold, but with kindness and compassion as we learn and grow. What a beautiful, powerful mixture and reminder. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Anita, how about you? What would you like to share with us?
Yes, I would like to share that the first action of a passion-powered leader is love. Love serving others, which really begins with knowing and loving oneself. Whether you're in a startup thriving or small business, leadership is what I think Kimberly also referred to earlier. It's an inside job. So it's around leading from inside out. And really embracing leadership with passion and enthusiasm. That's what's contagious to achieve team success and productivity. After all, passion is not just for the bedroom. It works in the boardroom, too.
Beautiful reminder. Oh, say that again. I didn't mean to talk over you. Say that again.
My favorite quote is, passion is not just for the bedroom. It works in the boardroom, too.
Beautiful. I missed it was your favorite quote. So thank you for sharing your favorite quote and bringing a smile with that important reminder that leadership and moving things forward is an inside job, but we can bring passion into all of it and all that we're bringing forward, and that becomes contagious in a good way. And that enthusiasm is powerful and compelling, and it has people leaning in instead of leaning away. And I think sometimes that's a fear around leadership, is we don't want to come across as controlling or whatever, insert that word is. Instead, we can come across enthusiastic, passionate, and in line with our purpose, and bringing that forward boldly. Like, we can bring all of those things together in the way that we're made in leadership. So thank you, Anita. Thank you so much for sharing. And listeners, it has just been an honor and a privilege to connect in with you today. We are so excited to bring this book forward. It was created with a desire to serve and really empower people around leadership so that each of us can lead and bring forward those things that have been placed on our heart and our spirit, that we're able to lean in and bring them forward. And it has been and is an honor and a privilege to have so many leaders coming together and saying they have that same call and pull in their heart to share and to pour into others and to add valuable insight, information around leadership, so that we can all lead and we can all shine and bring forward those things that matter most. So we hope that you wrote the magic date on the calendar. Hopefully everybody knows June 19th is when we're releasing, sharing out this exciting book. It's the first book in the Experts and Influencer series, the Leadership Edition. We'd love for you to lean in, say yes, secure a copy when it's that super special rate of $1. Share it out. We'd love to impact as many people as we can around the world, because boy, think about all of us being able to come together, embracing our own unique leadership style, being empowered on the journey, leading from the inside out with passion and purpose. What an amazing place we can live in. What a powerful world we can be a part of by adding this information into our hearts, into our spirits, and into our libraries. We hope you lean in. Thank you for joining us today. And as you go back out into the world, please remember, you are beautifully and wonderfully made, absolutely needed for such a time as this. That wherever you go, whatever you do, may you choose to share the gift of you, because that's what the world needs, just a little bit more of you. Be willing to be seen, heard, and shine. Look forward to talking to you next time. Bye, everyone.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter, next Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Influencers Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.